Quite often, India's public toilets are very dirty, and people dislike that. But think about this. How can there be a desire to have clean public toilets in India when so many toilets in Indian homes are dirty? And why are the toilets dirty in many Indian homes? Well, it is because many people in India do not like to clean their own toilets. I recall an incident when we were being hosted by some random villagers in India. When I asked why their toilet was dirty, I was told that the person who cleans it hadn't come for the last few days. But wait a minute, why would you depend on somebody else to clean your toilet? Why can't you do it yourself? Personally speaking, I would be embarrassed if somebody else were to clean my toilet for me. The problem is deeper than it appears. Unfortunately, the people who clean toilets in India are said to be mainly from the marginalized or the so-called low caste groups, and this seriously needs to change. What is even more worrisome is that some people in India, just because they are born into certain families, dare to say that they don't want to even touch their own toilet. How awful is that mentality? If there is one hashtag that I would like to be trending on Indian Twitter regularly, it would be clean your toilet yourself. And it should keep trending until this brings the necessary paradigm shift in how people perceive toilet cleaning and perceive those professionals who provide cleaning services in India. Why shy away from cleaning your own toilet at home? Learn from Americans, learn from Europeans how we clean our toilets at home. If you're already doing it, it's great, but now please try to encourage others to do the same. Some of the things that the so-called caste system did to Indian society and India's reputation are horrible, but it's not too late. I am an optimistic person and I hope India can change it. I am still learning about India's Jati, Kul, Varna and Gotra, and I still feel that I have a long way to go to understand them and the so-called caste system completely. But there is one thing that I can surely say. Instead of debating about how the caste system originated and what it actually means, let us see what Indians can do to change their current situation. India has taken several steps to eradicate this birth-based discrimination that exists in the country in so many dimensions, but it is still a work in progress. But regarding toilets and their cleaning, an effective way to resolve the problem could be to introduce toilet cleaning in Indian schools in some way. First, it would promote a sense of equality, and nobody would feel ashamed to do it themselves. Second, it may help in eradicating the discrimination against people who are employed in cleaning-related jobs. And third, children from a young age will develop a mentality to not leave the toilet dirty because they would know what it means to clean another's dirt. I clean our toilet at home. My husband has always cleaned his toilet himself, and of course, it is totally normal to do so. Yes, I truly feel that India cannot have clean public toilets as long as the average Indian is using dirty toilets in their home, and toilets in people's homes can only become clean when people start cleaning their own toilets themselves. The second thing that I often wonder about is if there is a way to help or cure those Hindus or Indians who perceive the caste system in a way that makes them feel superior to others by birth. Maybe different people perceive caste differently, but at least can we get rid of that awful supremacist type of mentality? How about starting something at a young age in schools? Can Indian schools do something more in that regard? Can Hindus in India be more self-critical about this? Yes, Hindus have faced violence and injustice, but does it mean that we should blindly believe that all people who identify themselves as Hindus have never harmed or hurt anyone? Power, greed, and profit have motivated many people who belong to non-Abrahamic systems too. How many of us know about the so-called breast tax that was said to be imposed by the king of the erstwhile state of Travancore when the British ruled India? According to Dr. Shiva K.M. of Sri Shankaracharya Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya in Kerala, the purpose of the breast tax was to maintain the caste structure. In one way or another, things are not completely alright even today. For example, the ugly sides of the so-called Devadasi system are well documented and have been reported many times. According to the National Human Rights Commission, in 2013, there were as many as 450,000 Devadasis in India. It was also revealed that just in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, there are about 80,000 Devadasi women. I love India's dharmic traditions for their big focus on conquering one's own mind and exploring one's inner domain. But it doesn't mean that one should interpret that if I'm enjoying and promoting the good sides of a country or system, I am automatically endorsing their bad sides. We will do our best to teach our son the good sides of cultures, religions, or systems that he will get exposed to, and hopefully when he grows up, he will be able to reject the bad sides of everything. Yes, this is who we are, and this is how we are planning to raise him. In our car, apart from regular music, my husband also plays Sanskrit mantras and some soul-touching Sufi songs, and we all enjoy it. When my husband visited the church in Poland, he said to me that the beautiful music of the church helped him to connect with divinity. I truly admire how he has this ability to connect with divinity everywhere. Quite obviously, we humans will always have difference in opinions. Within my husband's family, there are people with different viewpoints. And the same goes in my family too. But it doesn't stop us from loving them, right? Give this a thought. Why hate others for having different views and opinions when many among us don't even completely agree with our own parents? We should stop hatred that spreads from all sides. But at the same time, we should also do our best to stop those expansionist forces which want to suppress the voices of the marginalized and want to replace other systems and beliefs by eliminating them. In India, many people admire Gandhi and Ambedkar, but again Gandhi and Ambedkar didn't agree with each other on all points. But both are still considered legends in Indian history. Fundamentalism against all major religious groups exists in India. On many occasions, innocent Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Sikhs and Hindus have been targeted. Extrajudicial killings of anybody, regardless of their religion, should be condemned. Reform and self-criticism are important, but reverse discrimination cannot and shouldn't be the answer to discrimination. In almost all religions, it is possible to get some old literature or text that would look awkward in our present-day context, but I don't want to do that. I want to primarily focus on the best that is suitable for us today, that doesn't look down or belittle anyone, and I want to promote that. Personally, I haven't had too many opportunities to experience Islam. That is why I have not commented on it a lot. I was born into a Christian family. Later I went on to marry a Hindu, so primarily I am better exposed to these two religions. But if you are among those who think that all Hindus are great human beings and all Christians and Muslims are bad, then please do something to help yourself. If you think that India is superior to all other countries in the world, then I would kindly request you to come out of your bubble. We are all here to learn, improve, and grow together. If your aim is to spread hatred against any country or religion, then please do not use the comment section of our videos. It is not possible for us to moderate every single comment, and we can't control what and how others write. Yes, I raise my voice against foreigners who seem to insult or vilify India and Indians, but it doesn't mean that Indians who hurt foreigners in India or in foreign countries should be spared. Our fight should not be against people, but against the mentality. We shouldn't oppose good-hearted criticism, but we should oppose ill-intended negative stereotyping. Trust me, there are lots of people in Europe who call themselves Christians, but don't follow any rigid system, and neither do they have hatred for any non-Christian. Please understand that there must be many Christians or Muslims who genuinely love and appreciate Hindus and have no hatred against them. Do not forget that I have a Christian background, and fundamentalism of my religion couldn't stop me from loving a Hindu man. We all have free will, right? Yes, it should be pointed out that scale or reasons of fundamentalism may differ in different religions, but it can also be said that not all Hindus are following the goodness that Hinduism offers. If you are critical about the not-so-pretty sides of other religions, then please be critical about the bad sides of your own religion or culture too. If I can be self-critical about Europe and the religion into which I was born, why shouldn't more Hindus, Indians or people from other religious groups and countries do the same? Before I sign off, allow me to quote something. I am not an expert on Vedas, and I haven't gone through every single thing that is written in them. and I do not know how others interpret them, but there is a line that hit me the hardest. It means, "Let noble thoughts come to me from all directions." Isn't it beautiful? If we are true knowledge seekers, and if we really appreciate noble thoughts coming from all directions, then why carry hatred or why negatively stereotype entire communities or countries?